One Pride, what's going on? It's your boy, back at it again with another episode of Talking with T. Let's get into it. Let's get after it, man. In today's episode, we're going over the state of the Detroit Lions, and we're responding to MCDC's press conference yesterday when he said it's time to start shaking things up on this roster. So let's dive right into the video. First of all, I'm not blaming MCDC at all for this. I'm not blaming Brad Holmes for this. Anybody on this new regime has nowhere near to blame for this 0-6 record and this garbage start of the season. It's all in the previous ownership, and it's all on Bob Quinn and Matt Patricia. That previous ownership screwed us. We were finally going in the right direction with Jim Caldwell. Had a couple winning seasons. We were flirting with the playoffs year in and year out. The culture was kind of built. The players were loving Jim Caldwell, and we decided to fire him because he wasn't leading us to that next level. He wasn't going to win us the division. He wasn't going to bring us to the Super Bowl. And I'll be the first one to admit that I wasn't in agreeing with that. Because at the time, Jim Caldwell couldn't manage a game. He was calling timeouts in bad spots. He wasn't calling timeouts in the right spots. And at the end of the games, we couldn't finish those games. And that's why we missed that playoffs. The last time we played Cincinnati. You guys remember this. This was Jim Caldwell's last year. We had to go to Cincinnati, win that game to go to the playoffs. And it was a no-call, no-show that week. That's why Jim Caldwell got fired, because we weren't going to that next level, the spot where we thought we could go. Then Bob Quinn thought it'd be a great idea to bring Matt Patricia over here. And then we were, he's going to be the guy that takes us to the next spot. He's under the Belichick tree. He goes to the Super Bowl year in and year out. He's going to be the coach. He's going to be the guy. I always thought that. A bunch of the fans thought that. And then 3 months later, they come in here and they say it's a rebuild. Are you kidding me? It was a rebuild? We're just flirting with the playoffs. Then their idea of a rebuild is getting players in here who they think can play in the NFL, who they think can be the starter, who they hope. You're not doing what Brad Holmes did. You're not trusting the process like Brad Holmes did, because you brought in Will Harris in here, who's struggling so bad in the NFL, who would really excel as a backup safety in this league. But he's our starting safety, and he's making plays 20 yards down the field. He's consistently late getting over to help the corner over the top. He's all over the place chasing people down. He's a slow safety, and he's our starting safety. And that was the guy that you told us, we're just going to bring in here because we think he can be something. That's not how drafting works, and that's why we are so bad right now, because Brad Holmes and Matt Patricia consistently drafted and brought in free agents that they thought can play to their scheme. You don't do that. You make a scheme to the players you have, and that's what this defense is doing right now. And you can't even blame Aaron Glenn for the defensive performance that they gave on Sunday, man. That defense was playing so hard, they just ran out of gas, because when your studs go down, like the foundation pieces I was talking about earlier, and Frank Ragnow and Romeo Cora, when they go down and you have no talent behind them and you have no depth behind any of these guys, that's what's going to show on Sunday. You're going to get blown out and you're going to run out of gas, because your starters can't go the whole time, and especially when your offense is doing you no help at all. We drafted Will Harris. We drafted Jelani Tavai. That's where your team is built, and that's where Brad Holmes has done a great job in his first draft. Because look at Aleem McNeil, Derek Barnes, Levi Onwuzurike. These are all the guys that were making plays for us on Sunday. So yes, we're in the right hands right now. It just sucks to be where we're at right now. I hate being the worst team in the league. I hate that we're flirting with 0-17. I don't want to do that. I want to win at least one game, but I do want that first overall pick this year, because we're 0-6 right now. What's the point of keep working to get in a win to screw our draft position up? You're not going to make the playoffs at 0-6, so it's time to start looking towards the next season. But I'm just so upset with where the state of this team is at right now. But I'm excited with the new leadership we have in here, because Brad Holmes has done a great job with his first year. He's got undrafted free agents in here that are making plays. AJ Parker, Jerry Jacobs, Bobby Price. Yes, there's going to be growing pains, but they're playing very hard and they're playing good. There's a lot more good in that film than there was bad with those undrafted free agent guys. So Brad Holmes in his first year did more than what Bob Quinn did in 4 years here. He's gotten depth. He's signed foundation pieces, and all these guys are the ones making plays. So our future is looking good, but right now, it's just no one else to blame but the previous ownership and Bob Quinn and Matt Patricia. And right now, we got to seriously start considering, do we take a quarterback this year over Jared Goff, or we keep rolling with Jared Goff? I personally, at the beginning of the year, I wanted to keep rolling with Jared Goff because I didn't know much of the quarterbacks coming out this year. But right now, Jared Goff is looking like he should be a backup in the NFL, if not even a backup. He's missing guys. He doesn't set his feet in the pocket. He missed DeAndre Swift on a 4th down play that would have probably booked a touchdown right there. You're Jared Goff. You're the former 1st overall pick. You got to start playing like it, man. I don't care what talent you have around you. You're the 1st overall pick. You should be something special, and you've been far from that. So we seriously got to start considering taking a quarterback this year. I wanted to build a defense in this first draft, but Malik Willis from Liberty sounds nice. Matt Corral from Ole Miss. These are guys we should consider taking, but do we spend it on the 1st pick, or do we use our 2nd first-round pick? I think we got to go defense with our first overall pick. If we get the 1st pick this year, you got to go Kayvon Thibodeau, one of the best defensive ends, and we have to get a pass rush in here. You know how special that pass rush would be, especially with Austin Bryant and Charles Harris, Julian Okwara, all developing this year. Next year would be something special. But do we consider taking a quarterback this year? It's up to you. It's up to Barrett Holmes and Dan Campbell, obviously. But in my opinion, I think we got to strongly consider start taking a quarterback. It's your boy T signing out. I'll see you guys in the next video. One Pride signing out.